Going to focus on this guy right here. We're going to put the proper washers with the screw. Ready to go here. Drive it in. And we'll twist the mirror back on there with some blue Loctite, everything after all said and done. Once we get this on here, we won't have to worry about getting it off. We can just kind of slide it off a little bit. We can probably do our hole punch and drill. Okay, let's see. Alright, so this guy might also come out through here too. I think it might be better for it. We'll see. Or he might not. He might just be coming like right there. So we'll see which way. I think it's actually right there, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it is coming through here, but if that's the case, we can always disconnect the other end. I don't think it is, because I don't think it has enough that much slack. It's almost like a Y shape, so I think it goes up. So when this just starts covering everything up here, this hangs around. Yep, I think that's what it is. Let me. That oil sure is lubing everywhere now. It's good that this goes into the cable line. Alright, so let's drag the cable. Okay, that's dragged. So it's going to come like this when we twist it. Open our valve. Look at that. Look how much smooth that is. Look at that. It's just, see that? That's what we want. Okay, so let's go and put this guy back on here, the plate. Our controller. Gonna wipe some excess oil exposed on the outside. Alright. Beautiful. It's covering that ugly back plate of the surface of the aluminum. Kind of tighten it for right now. See if it goes in. There we go. It should go in now. Let's get at least some thread in there. Okay, let's go grab the other one. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Oh, don't want to force it tight yet. Don't want it to be too loose either. I need to make its way over there, so now I got to unloosen it. Okay, move all the way over there. Preferably want to make him move more. Get this guy really flush and nice. Okay, so I think this is okay now. It's not going to put too much. Just got to give it a little bit of tap. Maybe the bottom too. Okay, so you can hear it. Very nice. You can hear the throttle, the PWK slammed. So you can see it's just with that little piece of oil there what it could do for you. Just kind of bugs out. So you can see here, turn it, spins so much freely. You can see that guy snap. There you go. And you let it down, but you can feel that. See that way? You have control over your throttle, not like the CBK where it's vacuum controlled by the engine. So this is good. Okay, but the main idea is to get our housing here and see how we're going to position our mirror to always stay at that certain position. So now we can go and flex this mirror accordingly to the way we need it to be. We haven't put the washers on this one yet. Maybe we can, because this one's pretty stiff. Let me see if I can do it now. I could do it from the front, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, we could do it from the front. So let me get the 2 washers that we have left behind here and get that guy a little bit more tighter. And Allen wrench for that one. There we go. Right and tidy. There we go. Feels like it's tightening, but it's not. We'll take one off first, and then we'll put that washer in there, and we'll tug it in. You can see it. Going pretty good. Then we'll do the same thing with the dry fit of our engine as well. Because the last thing we want is to have to reassemble everything, and make sure this time when we put it on our gasket seal, we're going to leave it glued on. We're not going to move it around much anymore, unless we have to troubleshoot something else. There you go, we got the washer in there now. Make sure it gets into thread before I start the other one as well. Should be able to spin by hand. Alright, so let's go and get the other one loosened. Put the washer for it as well. So almost is ready. And again, this was tightened all the way and it wasn't really tight. So let's see with the washer, give it a little bit of tightness. Hold it back a little bit, give it a little bit more support. Just the weight of it is causing it to harden thread. There we go. You can do it almost by hand entirely. And it feels like it will be able to tighten if we want it to. It'll stay tightened. You see it now. I put washers and everything if I can. It doesn't take a little bit extra weight on there, but you know, you can see here, even this little guy right here, I found a washer for him for the controller. See that? For the lever to push in. Yeah. See that? I found a little washer for him as well, and an Allen bolt. So everything's replaced nicely. So you can see here, let's see if I can tug it. Right now I haven't tightened it yet, but you can see here, it's still have wobbly, right? Now, it's not supposed to be wobbly, your brakes. So let's see if we can tighten it. Okay, that feels pretty full 360 turn. Okay, look at that. Solid. Just that little washer did the trick. That's the only thing that's wobbly is this part, because that's the way this is made. It's kind of loosened like that. And unfortunately, I couldn't find an Allen bolt like that, because this has a special kind of indent groove. So there's probably one out there made for it, but that's okay. So we got that there. Now let's go and put the plastic and see how it's going to fit before we drill that hole. Okay, I'm going to have to move around a lot on this guy. Okay. So now we got that right. Get all the cables out of the way, or where it's supposed to be hidden in. This one needs to tuck in like that. I'm going to unloosen this just a little bit so I can have some flexibility where we can maximally turn this in. my idea is to jam this in much as possible that way, and the other way coming in this way, because I really want the handlebars, as you can see here, they're flushing really nicely. Preferably this is what I want. See that? Only maybe a less than, very little. This one's already flush on top, so it's just uneven. So yeah, this is way better than what it was before, an inch and a half. But let's see if the plastic housing allows us to. That's the challenge what we're gonna have. And then let me put the mirrors on there. Give it a little bit more realistic turn of events. Yep, so our 817 cam will come in with our ankle biter. There's actually, the thing about the ankle biter, not only doesn't it use the kickstand, I mean the Kickstarter gear, you also won't have support for your variator. So if you do a lot of drag racing and stuff like that, there's a thing that you can actually get to for the ankle biter as well. Because your CVT cover usually has a slot for the variator crankshaft arm to sit in on the other side of the CVT cover. Since your ankle biter is exposing your whole crankshaft variator bolt, you need something actually to hold that down if you're doing a lot of drag racing performance stuff. But since we're not, we're good daily driving for aesthetic. I was told actually it was harder to remove the ankle biter than it is just to take the bolts off the CVT cover and take it off. But in my situation, I need to take the engine completely down in order to get the whole CVT cover off anyway, so I had no choice but that. So I'm going to leave it with that. It's like a trade-off. So this is going to USB. It'll be wrapped up around like this. I'm not too worried about the wiring configuration. You guys just want to make sure if it goes in there, we can close our housing properly. Then we are golden. So let me, oh boy, gotta do a little bit of flexing. Oh, see that right there? Oh, okay. See that? Look that. See that? The housing is already coming over where the switches are. Smarty. Let me see if I can flex it in. See that? I can't flex it in. So that means something has to give, meaning this thing needs to go out this way back. This thing needs to go out back. See, if we made our hole, we couldn't close our housing. And that was a challenge that I wanted to make sure that we avoided. So let me go ahead and move it out a little bit toward me. Move the brakes. See if the brakes should be pretty loosened. All right, there we go. Still not enough yet, huh? Yep. Or, oh, let's see. Maybe let's go way higher. No, I believe this goes in the back. Unless this goes way in the back, maybe I have this backwards. Maybe this is actually facing backwards. But if that's facing backwards, then this wouldn't be able to have a slot here, right? They didn't make a whole slot here. If this was facing the other way, then this slot would be over there, and there's no point for that because this is mainly for the throttle. So this does face forward like this. But the idea is this other piece here comes like a V shape. So this comes from the back. Let's see how well this sits. Look how much it's already, look at that. It's telling us to move. So you can see here, already off the bat, this thing is telling us to move out the way. Look at that, see? That is why, you can look at that one. Let's see if I can flex this in. So I kept everything loose so we can flex it in. So this, yeah, it's not letting us move in yet. So it's like a football jock shoulder strap here. So let me go ahead and loosen the brake lever, which I thought was pretty loose enough, but not loose enough, I guess. So that way I can actually see how much we can actually get from it. Take it to the max. So let's go and take this back off. Well, at least we got our throttle and everything PWK installed. I mean, just got to route it properly nicely and we're good. Let's go ahead and loosen the brake bolts. Our nice Allen brake bolts. Okay, that's loose already. Now let's go and loosen. I think this guy won't loosen until we pull this guy out. So yeah, we got to loosen the controller too. I thought that was pretty loosened too, but I guess it gets tightened. So let's loosen him up. Okay. Alright, so it's moving now. Alright, I'm going to set it a little bit like that. Okay, we're going to just work it inch by inch. Or not inch by inch, more like millimeters by millimeters. Alright. So let's go and put this one back on and see if it clears. Still not. Look like, yeah, that's funny because I don't remember. I don't remember this protruding out this much right here, to be honest with you. Or do I? Look at that. It's protruding a lot. If by the time it reaches the plastic, it's about that right. Yeah, it's about that right. I was trying to avoid that. So I know. Look at this. See, this won't even get into the brake. That's the part we're having. So that's okay. We'll see. Keep moving because I know this thing isn't that bad where it came out that much. I was just trying to get the best of both worlds. Have this flush as much as I can, the handle grip, as well as compacting these guys two together. That's why I can't use the NCY one because it'll extend a little bit more here, and that means the whole throttle here will have been, you know, annihilated. It'll be just hanging. Oh, look how much more slack this guy has. This is probably where the slack needs to be coming from, not from that end. So that might be a good thing. And this one's still the same. This one's almost 1.5 centimeters before it touches the metal. So let's see if we can wiggle this guy loose. All right, so we got him loose. Let's see if we can wiggle this guy loose. All right, there we go, there we go. Now we're feeling it. All right, so let's see here. See, it's unfortunate. See, that's, I mean, it'll go down more, but you still can't see your brake lever. I mean, come on. Really? They really decided to make it like that? So, we need to get this guy forcefully in here some more. And then we can slap him down. But we can already get an idea already how it's going to be like. Super, super, super. I mean, you can see here we can push this guy in a little bit more from this angle. Maybe we can see a little bit of slack in there. Not much. I say about a good millimeter right there. We can give this a good whack with the mallet hammer some more. Get him in there, drive him in a little bit more. And it's going to be a really tight squeeze in the plastic housing. But we're going to put the back one as well. That way really determine when we twist it, everything, well, it should be fine. All the cable's going to be hooked onto this area anyway. But will that allow us, see, like right there? I mean, we could move the mirrors like this, that's for sure. And this, oh, look at that. Ew. Already, huh? Crushed. It's just, we can super glue it. Dang. That's not what I wanted. Darn it. Well, it's going to be hidden by this back plate anyway, but still, I kind of like the things, keep things in nicely uniform. Alright, so we'll probably just get some super glue on that end. Leave that alone. Careful not to puncture anymore. Okay, so look at this guy. I'm moving my brakes out. There we go. See how I just dropped itself? So, the little crack area right here, probably have to super glue it. Then we'll go over with a little enamel paint or something. We'll be able to fix that guy up. But yeah, so this is what we're working with. This is all the slack it's going to allow us to have. I can tilt this up as much as I can actually, but the brake lever is not going to, let me see. Brake lever. So this is going to be sitting down. This is probably much as it will sit down actually. So there's it, see? You can't really see the brake lever. I don't even know why they even bother. Maybe you could shine your flashlight here, I guess. Yeah. That might be an option there. Shine your flashlight. See how much is really glowing. So here we go. Yeah, so if we do it this way, I mean, it's very, very tight squeeze. But we can, see that right there? This has a little playroom, but I mean, it's still going to be, see how much really before it actually, not even the metal really. The metal is actually all the way over here. So we're actually holding that bar and mirror just to plastic before it actually hits the metal. If you really want to know, the plastic is this much. But to the metal itself, where the throttle is actually this much. So it's definitely like a full, almost 3 centimeters. That's crazy. So that won't allow us to go any further this side, that side. Or maybe it does, let's see. Okay, I'm hoping. Go a little bit further here. The idea is to get this guy to have a little bit more metal, as well as a mirror. Actually, it's not bad. Look at this. It's turning this way. This lines up the grease marks right here perfectly. And we could do the same thing to the other side. This gives us enough leverage to tilt our mirrors. So let me... Come on, don't break off yet. We'll get you patched up. Oh. So, we can probably put forward to this side. Look at this one. I can even turn this a little bit more too. This is perfect. Let's level this up here. We'll do this. We'll use this guy right here as our leveling point. See that? This is good. Dang, this one is like... Look at that one. That much before it actually hits, almost 2 millimeters on both sides. So that's why these bar and mirror has to go really deep in there. This one's flushed. So this one's not too shabby. This one could use a little more. This one's flush, so this one still has gap here. We can move this in more, right? But when we move it in more, see how it forces us to turn in? Only because the brake, it's right here is jamming this back part, because this is kind of curvature, and the brake won't let you unless you turn to the right curvature. So it's like give and take relationship here. So let's do what we can to snug this. I'm going to snug it, and then I'm hoping it'll make a mark. The teeth will make a mark for us to let us know exactly where to chart the drill bit at. But before we do that, we're going to get a feel for it. Look at that. We just freed up so much more right there. Boo. This will definitely flush in. So this will work. This will definitely we can hit it. This will definitely go in. Look. Got that much slack with this guy. And then this guy's still flush, right? He's cool. Or maybe we moved him out a little bit. So let's just find out what's going on. From the back. This looks like it's going in more to the brake for, and this looks like he's rubbing right here, right? So on this one, looked like it has so much more to give, so much more to give. So this one might be coming out a lot more than we anticipate. Yeah, it's coming out way a lot more. Look at that much now. So it's been moving us around, just playing with us. So that means we have to balance these two guys. So let's go ahead and bring him enough there. There we go. We'll bring him enough here. Let's go ahead and move this brake lever. Let's go ahead and move this guy all the way. Because
I'm done.
This one we can definitely we could definitely whack it and get in a little bit more to cover this guy, but the main idea is also be fair to the other side. Now it's gonna be a squeeze on this guy a little bit, but that's fine. Plastic will squeeze. But it just can't be too much bent out. Hey! Out! Go! Go out! Go out! Go! Oh. Doggy has issue. Go out! Okay. So... Yep, so we're going to have to balance this guy right here. Go! Wants to challenge me, this dog. Alright, so we got to get this guy here. Give him a little more slack. Super. I don't know how much bend we have. Okay, then you got the other one that's going to come off, and it's going to twist it up like this. So we got to kick that into calculation. Okay, this one's hitting it. Alright, so let me go ahead and figure this out, and then I'll have it all mounted because I don't want to go back and forth in circles on this.